Shalom, shalom. I'm doing this Truth Be Told Flex podcast extra for very different reasons. One of them is I'm doing a test run before tomorrow. I want to make sure that my internet is going to hold up the way that it's supposed to. And also, some pretty good stories that need to be talked about. And last but not least, I'm just coming off of vacation. And as I was telling Oxafat earlier today, mentally, I'm still on vacation. I'm just physically here. So, with that being said, I'm trying to get myself back into the groove of the podcast. We can't forget the Fringed Up Family Fest that is going to be July 29th and 30th in Atlanta, Georgia. Tomorrow is going to be an epic show. I'm going to tell you. We're going to have Monologue, My God, and also King 7 with us. And they're going to give us a lot of detail on the Fringed Up Family Fest. And they're going to be a part of the show as well. We have some really great topics we're going to talk about. We're going to revisit the young lady in Alabama. We're going to revisit that story at this particular time. Her name is slipping my mind. It is her name, Carly Russell. We're going to revisit the Carly Russell story, and we're going to talk some AI talk as well. AI is getting out of control, but as we always do here on the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast Extra, we do here on the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast Extra, we are going to get into some news like we always do. So, the first thing is that Biden, out of all of these years, he decided that he want to honor Emmett Till. Another meatless bone has been thrown our way. That's where the title came from. And so I don't know why the left feel that events like this, satisfy us. Maybe because it has for so long, but it's been a lot of years, man. And the truth of it is that Carolyn Bryant Donham, the lady who accused him, she came out several years back and said that she lied about the accusations that she made on Emmett Till. And there was a push to get her to have to go back to court. But the courts shot it down. And so we never heard anything else about it. They let this lady here die at an old age of 88 this year, back in April. And now all of a sudden, after she died, after she's gone away from here, you want to have an honor to Emmett Till. The same place that killed Emmett Till. You want to honor him. It really don't make any sense to me. And for any Negro to say that this is a good thing, I'm going to tell you now that I'll probably be one that's not going to rock with you. Okay? Because we got to get out of this Stockholm syndrome that we be living in. And understand that we got real enemies out there. Understand that we are not the same. Understand that they have never had our intentions. Don't just listen to the song of Michael Jackson and dance to it. Listen to it and feel what Mike is telling you. He's telling you that they don't really care about us. They didn't care about us then. They don't care about us now. They're not going to care about us in the future. I see you, Ken folk. Let me run through this here. If you got my number, hit me up when I'm finished with what it is that I'm doing, and we could talk on that for sure. We could talk on that for sure. But yeah, that's the deal, man. You know, so Carolyn Bryant Donham at 88, she died back in April. The woman who falsely accused Emmett Till of making an improper advances before he was lynched in Mississippi. They murdered this boy. They they slaughtered this boy. He was unrecognizable. And I want to give courage to his mom for at that particular time to have the strength to say, no, we're going to have an open casket funeral so the world can see what you have done to my baby. She's even dead. She didn't even get to see the act of kindness of President Joe Biden. All of the people that mattered in this thing was pretty much dead. I think Emmett Till probably have one last surviving relative. One last surviving relative. He's the only one that gets to see this. But the lady who falsely accused him, she's gone. She's not going to see it. Which, I don't care how old she was, she should have faced trial. She should have went to jail. She should have went to jail. His mom is passed on. She didn't get to see it. So what good is it? Who are you satisfying? You're not satisfying us. And we need to stop listening to these left politicians. We need to stop allowing them to placate us. And we need to stop putting these jokers in office with the hope that they're going to make things better, because they're not. Let's go on to this next story, because this is something that for real, we really need to start talking about, man, because I don't know how many people is going to have to die before it's addressed. And the sad part is that ain't nobody going to be able to sue nobody, because these pharmaceutical companies got this clause that where they can't be sued for what it is that they're doing. But LeBron James' son, Bronny, suffers cardiac arrest. 18 years old, man. 18 years old. Athlete. He's an athlete. Basketball player. Suffers cardiac arrest doing basketball practice at 18 years old. If it's not the cardiac arrest, it's the blood clots. I could run both of these together, because you got Grammy-winning singer TORI, who also collapsed and was rushed to the hospital to find out that she had blood clots in her leg and in her lungs. And they're trying to see if she had any neuro heart. Never in Earth's history have we seen anything like this before. With so many young athletes that's in the prime of their life suffering from cardiac arrest and just collapsing and falling dead like they are. Why is that? We know why it is. We know what it is. And then so today they had Dr. Jill Jillian on ABC Good Morning America, and they was talking to her. Of course, she didn't admit to what it is. She's just talking about this is something that we're seeing more of. Yeah, but why are we seeing more of it? Where is the guy at, the little short guy who was telling everybody that they needed to go get this here in their body? Where is he at? We haven't heard anything from him. They done replaced him with her. Now the brunt of this is going to fall on her. And at what point are we as a people, when are we going to start asking questions about what's really going on? At what point? 18 years old, suffered a cardiac arrest during a workout at the Gallon Center at USC on Monday. A family spokesman said in a statement. Yesterday, while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest, and James' family spokesperson said in a statement to multiple outlets, medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in ICU. No longer in ICU. The kid was in ICU. I'm sure this was the farthest thing from this kid's mind. I'm sure that this was the farthest thing from his father's mind. I'm sure that this was the farthest thing from his mother's mind. Even the coaching staff there at USC, University of Southern Cal. What's causing these cardiac arrests in these young athletes? Why are all of these people suffering from blood clots all of a sudden? We have talked about, before people was, during the time people was forced to have this medicine put inside of them, or this technology put inside of them. We talked about it over and over on the Truth Be Told Flex podcast on why you should not do it. So many people was forced to do it, and this is why we're seeing it so rampant in professional sports world and in college and also in Hollywood, because many of them was forced to do it in order to play and to work. I don't know how true it is. We got so many multiple stories that is out there about Jamie, so I don't know what's true and what's not true about Jamie. But it was said that Jamie was forced to take the cocktail so that he could continue to work on the set that he was on. And shortly after that, that's when he got sick. It's plausible. It's believable. They was forced to take this. And now they are reaping the repercussions of what they have done. And like I tell people all the time, there is no way I was going to take that myself. No one in my family, in my immediate family, was going to do it. We were preparing to live off the grid, like for real, because once you put that stuff in you, you can't get it out. Send prayers up to the LeBron James family, to the James family, for a speedy recovery of Bronny. Bronny has been doing some amazing things on the basketball court. His likeness and his name and his image has already made him a very wealthy individual before he even get to the NBA. And this, just pray that he continues to get stronger and better. There is a France basketball player who's calling out the jab. He's saying, look, I know it was the jab. He is now having heart problems. I've never had heart issues a day in my life until after I got the jab. The equation is before us, people. 1 + 1. It's not hard. The equation is before us. 1 meaning they took it, plus 1, those who took it, equals 2, meaning blood clots and cardiac arrest. Here's another one. TORI Kelly defines blood clots. Singer TORI Kelly is currently hospitalized. She's still in a hospital and getting treatment for blood clots around her vital organs. And one source telling us the situation is really serious. Sources close to the Grammy-winning singer tells us she was at dinner in downtown LA Sunday night with friends when her heart started beating really fast. We're told TORI passed out and was out for a while. Our sources say TORI friends wanted to make sure she wasn't taken to a hospital downtown and instead taken to Cedars-Sinai, one of the country's premier hospitals. So they carried her outside, loaded her in a vehicle, sped to the hospital instead of calling an ambulance. We're told TORI's getting care in the ICU, intensive care unit. Doctors have discovered clots in TORI's legs and in her lungs and are still working to determine if any clots are around her heart. The singer's been in and out of consciousness during her hospitalization, forced to put something in their bodies that I'm sure a lot of people did not want to do. I can't tell you how many people I know who is aggravated because they have this in their body. I can't tell you how many people I knew who say, look, man, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it because, and I'm just going to pray that Jesus take care of me. The same way we need to listen to Mike when he say that they don't care about us is the same thing that we need to understand is that they're trying to kill us. 18 years old, Bronny James suffers a cardiac arrest. TORI Kelly, while having dinner with friends, passes out and now in and out of consciousness from blood clots. This is Shia Yeshub Judah. This is a Truth Be Told Flex Podcast Extra. All praises that the internet seemed like it was moving pretty good. We are going to have a great show tomorrow. Meet us here again tomorrow, 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. Monologue McGod, King 7, myself, and co-host Ayo Ben Yahoo on the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast Extra. With that being said, shalom.